Take it on. So,
Good morning, listener. Welcome to Executive from DC Radio 1. Executive is simulcast of Flow 94.9 FM Maya, as well as Will 99.1 FM. Of course, we have our new entrance to the program today. Talking about family love FM 99.9 FM, or family love FM 99.9 FM Maya. Well, executive brief going to executive insights into decisions of the state executive council as well as key updates of the Dr. Next with his administration every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m.
I can answer. Okay.
Well, let me introduce you to our guest as usual, talking about the Honorable Commissioner for Information Abia State, Honorable Him Kano, or him the Prince, the Prince of Asco. Welcome, Honorable.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, Francis.
And of course, seated as usual is Michael and Co. Nkechi Mwenku. Welcome, Nkechi.
Thank you, friends. Honorable Commissioner, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Like I know you're surprised I called on the Commissioner Prince. He's Honorable Commissioner for Information. Prince, okay, you're
Yes.
welcome.
Once a prince, always a prince.
Yes. That's why I tell you, Mayor Francis Morgan is taking as one bond race brief today. Well, let's go straight to business as usual. Honorable Commissioner, so meetings came out yesterday. Of course, the state executive council meeting was held as usual the Monday, and we had some news emanating from that meeting. Let me start with something else that came up yesterday. I think that was before the state executive council briefing. Governor Lex Oti yesterday signed into law the Abia State Electricity Bill, which empowers the state to regulate its own electricity market. Now, Honorable Commissioner, what is the implication of this for Abians and for residents in the state?
Well, like you rightly said, His Excellency signed the electricity bill into law, and that is a milestone achievement for the state. With the signing of that bill into law, the state now has the capacity to really establish and um, manage and regulate its own electricity market. The law gives the state the opportunity to regulate, set up structures that will help the state to manage electricity business in the state. It's a milestone achievement, like I said. Um, Before now, it was not possible for states to do so. But with the 2023 electricity power act by the former government of President Buhari, it made it possible for states to play in that space. And our governor, ever forward looking, helped the state to grab that opportunity, and we went headlong into that business to make out the law that will regulate that market. And of course, Abia State is unique to the extent that we have Abba Power, the owners of domestic election. And with that in place, the state government will play very much in that space. Of course, we are equally aware that the state discussions have gone very far, with the state trying to buy up to 60% stake in EEDC. What that means is that with geometric in Aba reversing the 9 AGAs in Abia South, where of course we know they'll be able to generate and distribute 24-hour power for electricity without a leaker. When this MOU is signed with EEDC, the remaining 8 AGAs in Abia Central and Abia North will be ring-fenced as well. And that places the state at a pedestal. I can't remember any other state in the country that is as advantaged as Abia in this field now, with geometric power in place, and now discussions are ongoing with the EEDC to ring-fence the rest of the state. So what that means is, with this law, the electricity sector, and once they invest, you know what it means. Jobs will be created. The industrialization agenda of this government will be made a lot more easier. A lot of people will come into various areas of endeavor doing business. Of course, you know what electricity means. It's an enabler for business. So this law is a very good one for the state, and it will only take us much higher to where we want to be as a state.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner. Like you just said, Aba and its environs are hooked to the geometric power projects. In the commercial honestly, by residents of Aba and its environs.
Any which way you look at it, yes. Geometric Aba Power has actually impacted positively on businesses in Aba, and of course on the individual homes as well. Of course, there's no way they won't have their own teething problems. If you recall, when they first started, a lot of people were giving testimonies of things they put in their freezers and refrigerators that they couldn't remove after 48 hours because there was non-stop electricity. It has happened. But you see, they have an installed capacity of about 188 megawatts. And I can tell you that our bank cannot even, and the rainfest area cannot take more than 100 megawatts. Yeah. So they have a lot of power, to deliver. But a few issues are there. For instance, a lot of homes have not been metered. They've been trying to meter them. And once they meter you, billing you will be a problem. So some of the people who are crying wolf today are those who have not been metered. Those who have been metered are enjoying this life very well. And of course, they want to install some more turbines. And the more turbines they install, the easier it becomes for them to distribute power to these ring-fenced areas. So, as something that just got started, initially there will be issues, but with time, these issues will be taken care of, and the people will enjoy 24-hour power as well.
Okay. All right, Honorable Commissioner, for these remaining 8 local government areas in Abia, how soon will these projects be realized to enable them enjoy what those of them around that area?
I did tell you that discussions have gone very far. The state government is very intent on taking 60% stake in this. And once that happens, 60% gives you a lot of control in terms of ownership of a business entity. So once that happens, the state will be able to direct their affairs. Of course, you know the ways in which His Excellency Dr. Lesuga and moving the government. This government is a very fast-paced government. So once the MOU is signed, can be rest assured that within weeks and months, the rest of the 8 first LGAs will enjoy 24-hour power, as it were. And something interesting, not just the EEDC arena will have here, about power. The last time His Excellency was there, they did promise His Excellency that they are in a position to wield excess power they have there to this request area. And not just this request area.
We just can't wait. Okay, Honorable Commissioner, moving a bit away from electricity power projects, the state government says it will soon commence the reactivation and preservation of the over 55 heritage sites across the state, of course, for tourism purpose. This is actually coming at the heels of the ASCO briefing of yesterday. Honorable Commissioner, as the mouthpiece of the state, can you shed more light on this development to audience that are actually listening at this particular point in time?
Yes, there's an intention, dotting the Abia landscape. Almost every other area of Abia State you go to, you have one type of tourist site or heritage, as it were. Culture, of course, is your heritage, and culture is something that thinking governments use to rebrand themselves and use it to earn income. So there's a nexus between culture and creative economy and tourism. So what this government is doing is discover these heritage sites and they put them to good use. So in that direction, the State Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy went around the state on a exploratory visit or trip around the state to discover various heritage sites, memorial sites, and artifacts around the state. And in the course of that, they were able to identify a lot. But 55 of such sites stood out. And the Honorable Commissioner for Arts, Culture and Creative Economy and his team curated these 55 sites. And what the government wants to do is to ensure that these sites are developed and they made tourist attractions. And some of them may not be tourist attractions per se, but they will be historical or heritage sites, memorial sites that will be kept, to celebrate our history as a people. So what has happened is that government is trying to turn our culture and tourism into a serious business. It's an area that is overlooked before now. It is an area that creates a lot of jobs, for thinking governments around the world. Today, Dubai, everybody comes to Dubai from around the world. What makes Dubai what it is? Dubai used to be a desert country, but today everybody goes to Dubai because of tourism. So the state government wants to do exactly the same here, to turn these sites, into tourist sites that people can come to. And they go visit these sites, the state earns money. And in the process, a lot of people will be empowered, a lot of people will be employed in the process. So that's exactly what this whole effort speaks to. That's another dimension to how this state government is taking the state to a higher plane, as it were.
Right, Honourable Commissioner, some of these sites are located in very remote areas of the state. I happen to be one expedition that taught sites in the past that the plans to develop these by previous administrations didn't come to fruition because of the federal reasons. So what is this administration putting on ground to ensure that, particularly this time around, that these laudable objectives are realized?
For the update, time, let me say that this is a thinking government who think. And we are lucky to have a governor who has distinguished himself first as an economist and as a guru in the corporate world. So we think business.
we think governance, we think business. For us, in this particular instance, the business structure that will help us do this is already in place. You know what PPP is all about, private public partnership. There are various ways government can handle this. Government can take a little equity in some, private concerns that may come in. But it's not for government alone to do this. Government wants serious-minded investors to come in and invest in this area. Look at what has happened in Aba with Eyimba Hotel and Radisson Blue. That is a PPP. Radisson Blue is a world-class hospitality group. They came in and we signed an MOU. The government, our exposure there is very little. But we are bringing a lot to the table for the people. So government is like being in the middle, bringing business people, investors into the state, getting them to do business, and then try and earning from such investments for these people by way of jobs, by way of ideas. So in this wise, private investors will come in to invest in these areas. And like somebody did ask, I think yesterday, some of these sites appear to be family concerned.
Yes.
They may not be taken away from them. But then such sites may be enhanced. And those families compensated in one way.
There are some just being controlled by communities too.
Yeah, sure. Any which way. At the end of the day, it will be to the benefit of the communities where these things are housed. In fact, in my own place, I was telling the Honorable Commissioner for Arts, Culture and Creative Economy that there are some sites he didn't even visit. We have in my place 2 very notable slave trade sites. One is in Azumini called UMUAHIA. From that market, they used to take slaves straight away to bus ships to wherever. Then you have another one at Ohambele, East area. That one is just by a small river that flows, a tributary that flows into the Atlantic from where they used to take these people away. These are sites. These are places you want to go and develop. They have similar things in Badagry, in Lagos. If you go to Badagry, you see areas, you even see chains that were left behind. These chains belong to slave traders. Yeah. So these are sites, and a lot of people want to come and see these things. I happen to have been in a meeting with the Honorable Commissioner for Arts, Culture and Creative Economy with some group from the United States, and they were very upbeat about coming down this way to come and visit some of these sites. So when I mentioned a few of these sites, they were so excited. For instance, the one in Opa East, which the commissioner didn't know about, I mentioned it, and some of them literally sprang off from their seats.
Yes,
So they literally sprang off from their seats out of the excitement that they want to come here and see this thing. So when these things, as we move on, we have investors, very serious-minded and willing investors who will come in to develop this site, and they try in their own way doing their business while the state on its own will use such opportunities to provide jobs for people and of course and some idea from the state government. So it's a win-win situation for all the people or stakeholders involved in this. Yeah.
Okay, it's about 29 minutes past 11. The station is 88.1 FM BCA radio, and it is executive brief on radio with the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Prince Okekano, as our special guest as always. We'd like to remind you that at a particular point in time, we shall throw our lines open for you to make your own contributions or even ask your questions. You're also free to send your messages. Remember that this program, Executive Brief, is simulcast on Flow 94.9 FM, Leo 99.1 Aba, and of course Family Love FM 99.9 UMUAHIA. Okay, thanks.
It's all right. After this question, I can think we'll the lines open so that people start calling in. We also gathered Honorable Commissioner that the state government through the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy is to collaborate with the federal government to fund the National War Museum, UMUAHIA, as well as the UMUAHIA. The plan is to turn it into a world-class tourism center. What is the purpose of this and how will it benefit Abia?
Well, of course, it's still in line with developing our cultural heritage sites for purposes of history and for purposes of tourism, turning them into tourist attractions. It's going to be a collaborative effort. Before now, the Ojukwu Bunker and the War Museum were under the control of the Federal Ministry of Arts and Culture. Now, there's going to be a collaborative effort between the state government and them to really refurbish the place and turn it into a real world-class tourist center. If you've been there lately, you see that a lot of things are run down. And it's the intention of the state government to get a group of people who will turn the place around. And in the course of this exploratory visit or trip by the Honorable Commissioner for Arts, Culture and Creative Economy and History, they discovered a lot of things about the Ojukwu Bunker. A lot of people think the Ojukwu Bunker is one straightforward bunker. They discovered that the Ojukwu Bunker has a lot of arteries springing up from there. So I believe that if and when this collaborative effort takes off, some of those points, some of those arteries will be put back to use, and people will begin to appreciate what some good brains around here were able to put together about 55 to almost 60 years ago.
My own worry, Honorable Commissioner, is the maintenance. The state government needs to be better. Like you said, the place looks like recent times, and if something is not put on that attention, maintenance.
Francis, this state government is a very serious-minded one. So you should know that there's nothing we get involved in that doesn't turn out excellent. So if you are bringing in investors, or if we are getting into any collaborative effort with the federal government with regards to refurbishing the War Museum and the Ojukwu Bunker, you know that is a very serious business. And what this government will do is that once those two places are put back to use, I mean, there will be an arrangement to ensure regular maintenance. So if you see what the state government is doing around the state in terms of public buildings that have been run down for years, that is a pointer to what this government can do. You can look at the old secretariat, Azikiwe Secretariat, what the state government has done to it. You can look at the Michael Opera Auditorium. If you go there now, it's now an architectural wonder.
That's right.
Even though they are yet to finish constructing the place. If you go to Jack Building, you know the Jack Building was abandoned at a point, and we put it back to use. If you go to the banquet hall in the government house, it was abandoned, and you can see how it was turned around. So that gives you this glimmer of hope that this government will not get involved in such a collaborative effort with the Federal Ministry of Arts and Culture to refurbish the Ojukwu Bunker and War Museum and suddenly has it. No, it will be part of the MOU that we sign. Whatever agreement will be reached, that this place will be constantly for good use at all times, so that people coming from outside the state and from outside the country will meet very good structures that are maintained. Yeah, so I don't think there are any fears in that direction. Right.
Okay, the number to call us is 0814 299 1448. 0814 299 1448. Remember, you can also send your message across. All right, we've got a caller now. Hello, good morning.
I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Hello, who is? I can't hear him. Please.
Please, can you move a bit away from your radio set?
Master. Okay.
Hello, good morning. Who's calling, please?
Sir, Onye.
Onyema Owuzurike.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Owuzurike. Really? Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, I guess what it is for somebody who has that particular passion for it, and then it's a wonderful place. We don't want a situation where particular project is started and it's not completed. So you will carry a lot of work, and what begin to wonder whether all this work is accomplished, where you get the money, can it be sustained? That's the question. We want to, you are very fast, it's very wonderful. We want you to sustain it. God will guide you and God will continue to keep you and make you strong to keep you committed for yourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Onyema Owuzurike. I want to first thank you for your good words and for your contribution. Let me allay your fears. One of the strengths of this government is the fact that we are doing so many things at the same time, multitasking all over the state. And you're asking how is the government and the governor getting the money. That's part of the governor's trade secret. I will not reveal that to you, but what I want to assure you and our listeners is the fact that this government will not initiate and abandon any project. Of course, a lot of abandoned projects, roads and so on, will be taken on them, public buildings, we'll be working on them, and as we work on them and bring them back to use, those that were abandoned or finish some that were abandoned, we are initiating new ones. And it will continue like this until the end of the first term of the governor. And by the grace of God, if Abians will say continue again for another 4 years, it will continue. And I can assure you, no project, I repeat, no project will be abandoned. Rather, all the ones that were abandoned before the first term would have all been finished and brought to fruition. And the new ones initiated will be completed. Thank you very much, Mr. Nyema. And please be reassured.
Okay, we've got another caller. Hello, good morning.
This sort of matter says, remain gifted for life.
You didn't tell us your name.
Excellent is my name, and I'm calling on you. Yes, our information commissioner just said it all. And this is my problem is that when you are fake, you cannot know the difference between fake and original, and fake is not original. You have that you are not to press original. That is why we are looking for somebody in content. For every liberation, there will be a liberator. So to ask, who is the liberator of Majesty? Dr. Alex Choma told you. And that's what's been well. And you can see all the opposition are according only one people that will stand benefit of that. That one is. And keep on doing well. And we'll keep on applauding this government. This government has come to say, let's get all. And if you will just to be here, then commissioner for information. Those people that are saying part of our government there, all I know is that agents have rejected them. And I've been rejected for life. Because they don't my profit. I don't profit life. Remain different brothers.
Thank you, Mr. Excellence. Appears to be a very regular.
Yes, it is.
Contributor.
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. We are good, thank you. Your name,
Please,
please.
can you speak up? Alright, we can hear you right now. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, your name, please. Okay, Prince Will Swag.
Express road to UMUAHIA.
Yeah.
But my take is this: I did hear from you, Commissioner, sir, that there is a possibility of refacing some neighboring communities to the the new the combine you are doing in Abia State. That's Napa.
Yeah.
If my take is this: as I'm talking to you, I'm former community from the former village of the governor of Imo, first governor of the south, that is Sambakwe.
Yes.
We are neighboring to Afoto, Ehume, Umunachi, Umuaria. As I'm talking to you now, since the project of Onimo Express Road, our line has been hooked off from EDC, and we are no more getting light from there for almost 3 to 4 weeks now. My take is this: since it has been hooked up, can we still refuse ourselves through refacing process? What process does it take for us to retake to hook with this combined hand campaign? This is my question. May God bless you.
Well, that is a question. Thank you very much, Mr. Swago. That is a question that EDC, EDC on the part of Abia Central and Abia North will have to answer when we consummate our MOU. Like I did say earlier, Geometric had promised His Excellency that at some point they will be able to wheel excess power down this side. But of course, you're on the other side of the divide, so I don't know how that will affect you. At some point as well, this state will be able to wheel power to neighboring states, including Abia, including Imo State, and such services will be paid for. But I think I should leave that aspect to the experts, the engineers in that field. But when that time comes, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. What we are doing is, if we we're able to take up what we need as a state, then whatever is the excess power will be wheeled to winning state, those who are ready to buy. So Imo State, you're just a neighbor across the river there. I'm sure when that time comes, people will profit from it or benefit from it rather. But for now, I will advise you focus on whatever arrangements you have in Imo to resuscitate power in your particular LGA, and wait for such a time when the arrangements we have here will be operational, and we can think about hooking you. Thank you, Mr. Prince Will, and thanks for your contribution.
Hello, good morning.
Was it? Okay.
We can hear you. Comrade Nemeka Isaac, sir.
Yeah, the Secretary of Young Progressive Party, YPP, Abia State. Honorable Commissioner,
They will Comrade Isaac.
Yeah, actually, agịrị ọf sek last week anyị kirigbara ya gị n'ụzọ ahụ jizigbo otu mkpa ọ jizigbo otu mkpa ụzọ ahụ